Hey Oscar, so this time around we're going to start going into sculpting, so hopefully it's not as boring as the other two videos. Let's go ahead and turn on Dino Topology for this one right here. Let's change this to Subdivide Edges. Alright, let me make sure I got screencast keys, just so you can follow along. Okay, so I'm going to use the grab brush, press G, or you can grab onto here. For you, let's go ahead and pull these out. Yeah, like that. Just go ahead, grab it a little. Uh-oh. Oh, whoops. One thing I don't like about this is I can't tell which is the front, which is the back. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead, Shift F for the strength. Using left mouse, I'm gonna drag it out. What I'm drawing here is just a regular face. It's not gonna be perfect, but yeah, we'll get the shapes in and everything. What I like to do first is I like to make the forms, and to do that I usually use the grab brush to move things around. Let's protrude that back, and yeah. So another thing that we're gonna need, let's go ahead, click up here, add workspace. This plus sign here. We'll do a general and layout. So now we're in a layout. This is usually for modeling or setting up stuff. I'll press Shift A and I will get a cylinder. Let's move around with middle mouse button. Rotate X 90 degrees. Okay? So we moved it, rotated it 90 degrees. Scale and Y. And we shape it down. Scale it again, move it again, scale it down. I'm just eyeballing this, honestly. So let's look around here, do that, X, after we press G to move. And rotate it on the Z axis. Let's move again with the X. And that's a decent ear, I think. Alright, we'll go over here to this modifier tab. Blue wrench. Add a mirror modifier. Get this mirror object and click right here on the sphere. That way it's perfectly aligned. Now we're going to be making changes as time goes on because this isn't going to be perfect. We'll add another cylinder, and we'll press Scale, Shift Z, and we're only going to scale it on the X and Y axis, no Z axis. So we're scaling it down, let's say like that. Move it down on the Z axis, rotate it a little on the X, move it the Y. This isn't perfect anatomy, but this is just a good start. This is a weird looking guy, honestly. I don't know his story, though. Maybe he was born this way. Maybe he had a tragic backstory. Dino Topo still on. Subdivide edges. Let's turn on smooth shading, because I don't like seeing squares. That's just me, though. I'll press I for the inflate brush, and I'll start putting his eyes somewhere here. Now if you know the anatomy of the skull, then you'll probably understand why I'm doing this here. Moving some stuff around. Again, don't mind the ears, they're just a placeholder for right now. And we'll when we get to them, you'll see why the bool tool is really important, or at least better understand it. Move this a little more, move this a little more. It's not going to be the best looking person, but it's going to be a person. Oh my gosh. Big nose. Little nose. Big eagle. Maybe that's it. Oh. Let's move those out a little. Now we're going to go back to the layout, and we're going to add a sphere. Press 3 on the number pad. We'll get into the side view. Rotate on the X-axis 90 degrees. We're going to press tab, and we're going to be in edit mode. Let's go ahead and turn on wireframe by pressing Z. What I like to do with the eyes is I like to get the very tip after I get these little spears. Oops, I keep forgetting that I changed it to left click. I'm so out of my zone. Shift, whoops, Control Shift, no, Control number pad plus. Okay, and we're gonna grab that selection that we increased and move it along the y-axis. Move back a little. This is just how I like to do my eyes. Call me weird, call me crazy, call me a madman, I don't care. That's how I like to do these things. Let's go ahead and scale this down and move it on the x-axis to the face. Add a mirror modifier, and we're going to click the sphere again. Okay, he's got a tiny little face in orthographic view. And in perspective view too. Okay. Press Z, exit out wireframe, grab with the G, and move along the y-axis with the Y. Move this up. Press the space bar and we can turn on smooth, shade smooth. Oh my gosh. He's beautiful. Look at this model. It's hard to believe he's even a man. Okay. So we're going to click this. We're going to go back into sculpting. And we're going to start shaping things a little more. Move this along here. This here. Here. Okay, here's a big problem. Gonna shape the skull a little bit better. Now I don't like how this is grabbing exactly, so I'm gonna go over here to where the screwdriver and the white wrench are, and I'm gonna go down to fall off in these options here. I'm gonna change it from smooth, and I think I want to go with not sphere, but smoother. Real smooth. Squish this a little. Expand this. Move it out. Up above a little. There, there. Okay. I got the general idea of what I want to do. Move this back a little. Move this down a little. And let's do... Let's go ahead and start getting some more shapes in. Let's move this in a little. Move this in a little. This is kind of okay. Let's get the shape of the nose that we want. Or at least kind of want. Move this out a little. I think I'll be okay. It's alright. Again, I'm not looking at any references, so don't judge me too harshly. Let's go ahead and get in the clay strips brush. Now I know with this you can press C for clay, regular clay, and I press 4 on the keyboard for clay strips. Now the way this is going, I'm not too big of a fan, so I want to try something on the fall off. Probably sphere. It's either sphere or constant for me. But a lot of these brushes, you may want to mess with the fall off just to get it just right for you. Let's go ahead and move this, add some bone structure. Here's the brows. Press S for smooth, or you can hold down Shift when you're moving along and you'll smooth automatically. Real smooth. Press the grab brush. Then let's go with the draw. You can press X for draw too. So let's press the I for inflate again, and we'll increase this. push in these holes a little more. So that way we got some semblance of a eye hole. And then we're gonna do draw. Press X for draw. Everyone's got their own technique, and I'm still learning with sculpting, to be honest. So this isn't perfect, but this is what I like to do. I don't judge. I hope I don't get judged. And we'll do that. We'll do this some more. And okay. Perfect. He looks like he's been stung in the eyes by bees. Just kidding. He's always looked like that. He's got a face only a mother can love. I'm not sure his mother loves him that much. Okay. Do that, do that. Shift for smoothing it. Oh, I went too far, honestly. Whoops. Okay, fix this up again. X to go back to draw brush. We put this fold here a little closer, and don't worry if the eyelets are too close together, because we're gonna use the grab brush on them again. Okay, and it goes like that, if I remember right. I strongly recommend you have references on hand. And you do this. Go around here. And go around here. Don't worry if you don't got it right yet, because we're going to come back to this. Press G for the grab. Move this out a little. Perfect. He looks irritated. Now, smooth this out. And we're going to press Shift C for the crease brush. Now with the crease brush, it likes to push things in, but I want it to be like looking like this, like the little crease here. So I'm going to change it to sharper. Gonna zoom in a little bit, press F, gonna change the size, Shift F, the strength, and we're gonna move it beautiful, beautiful, just beautiful. Pull the lips out a little bit. Whoops. 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 Beautiful. He's deformed now. Hey, son. And we're going to go back to the clay strips, or 4. And we're going to add a little something something. Let's go back to these lips. There's this.
What, handsome? You hungry?
Clay strips.
Let's check it out, man. Handsome.
Howdy. And then we're gonna do this. Honestly, I'm just adding the shapes to the lips that if I remember right, I think they go like this. Oh my gosh, she's beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, chicken's on the stove.
Thank you, my love.
You're welcome.
Alright. That looks okay. Let's do another crease. Move it along here. Now, if you don't have a steady hand, with there's an option over here under stroke. And you go to stabilize stroke.
I just found a dirty diaper on the kitchen side of the baby gate.
Oh no.
You know, he still has his on, but I don't know.
Okay, sorry about that. So, let's see. increase the size. Anyways, I was talking about the stabilized stroke. What that does is it helps stabilize your stroke. Here, let me give you an example. I am using my mouse right now, and you see this little line? It'll stretch until you go too far. It's got a certain radius that you can change. The higher the radius, the longer that line's gonna be before it actually goes. The smaller it is, the shorter the line. Oh wait. Must be the factor. Yep. My bad. I was totally wrong about that. Anyways. We got something like that. Beautiful work. Press X for draw. We'll give him that little, what do you call it, cleft on his lip. Press smooth. And I know this is a finishing brush, so you save this for last minute. But I want to go into the pinch tool, and I'm going to go under fall off. I'm going to make this one sharp. Expand that out, increase the strength. And just because I like to have my lips smoochy. You know what I'm saying, man? Ain't nothing wrong with little smoochy lips. Then I do a crease right here, and we're gonna ease up on the smooth a little. Gonna clay brush it so we can get this little bean in the mouth. And this is just quick stuff. It's not like beautiful work or anything. I don't expect it to either. So the nose. Now here's a little trick that I like, that I see other people doing. When you want to work specifically in a certain area, what people would do is they press the M for the mask brush. And what that does is, let's change the fall off to constant first. Okay, now we're back. Okay, so the mask brush, I'm going to turn this to constant. And what that's going to do is, it captures everything. So now that it's at 100% strength, I'll go ahead and do this. I'll start masking the part of the nose that I'm going to work on. Once I got that area, as much of it as I want or I feel I need, I'll go ahead, press Control I, and then we can start editing this by hand. Do a crease brush right around here. Just gonna smooth that out. Do a grab, pull this back a little, move this up, move this down, push this in, and pinch this a little bit more, pinch this a little more. He's got a big bulbous nose. Do that, smooth it a little, press the I for the inflate brush, and then we're gonna go into the nostrils while pressing Control. Now, if you didn't know already, when you're using a brush, all the brushes either go up or go in. If you press the Control key and you use your brush, it'll actually push things the opposite direction. So the inflate brush pushes out, but if I press Control while using the inflate brush, it'll push it in. Now this is applicable for a lot of the other brushes too, so I'd strongly recommend, just try it out, man. We're gonna give it a bigger inflate. Get rid of these boogers here, and then we're gonna press the grab brush. We're gonna expand them a little. Now what you're going to notice when you're using the inflate brush especially is that sometimes it leaves some artifacts. And the best way to fix these artifacts is go into where you went to Dino Topo. And instead of subdivide edges, you can choose either collapse edges, which will lower the poly count where you're at, or you can do subdivide collapse, which will it'll lower the poly count, but it'll get rid of some of that stuff too. But it's like you're not getting rid of too much of the poly count. I guess that's what I should be saying. Subdivide collapse. Alright. And let's try smooth. And there you go. Got rid of it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Press I. Inflate, deflate. Go back. Subdivide edges. And let's actually change this to a spear fall off. Press F to inflate. Thank you, son. Get really back in there just so you don't see it. Press G for the nose, for a grab, sorry. And then we'll start moving some of these nostrils down, move this up a little, bring down this bring in this middle bridge of the nose, expand it a little. You notice with me I like to use the grab brush a lot. It's just my thing, man. We'll probably pull this out a little. Pull this out a little more. Bring this in. Let's give him a little bit of a hook on his nose too. And then we'll press the 4 on the number pad. I mean, not on the number pad, sorry, on the keyboard. And we'll add a little more tissue here. Do it really lightly and you'll get good results. And I'm just adding more topology here, that's why I'm doing this. So add this here. Let's do that. Again, this isn't supposed to look like a masterpiece. It's just supposed to be something real quick to introduce you into sculpting. Let's go ahead and do this. And oh, that's what I like. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get rid of some of the muscles here by making more muscles. Alright. Press Alt M and you'll get rid of that. You know what? It's, for a made-up guy, he looks decent. He looks decent. Almost is. I'll call it quote unquote stylized. You just don't understand my skills, man. It's all just stylized. Let's do that. I like how this is looking. Decently, at least. Oh, I forgot about the temples. Let's go ahead and get the temples. Clay brush. Just press Control. A little divot in the skull. And then smooth that out. A real nice, like. And then we'll go back over here. Press G. Move these in just a tad. Shift this. We're gonna cut it here, and we'll come back to this guy, and we'll keep working while we're working. Again, this isn't supposed to be a beautiful masterpiece. Hi, son. Oh, yeah? Shh. Okay, hold on. So, again, this isn't supposed to be a masterpiece. It's just supposed to be something to introduce you into sculpting. We're going to be working with the tools some more, and then you'll see the importance of the bool tool, especially when it comes to making things. Alright, so I'll cut this video here, and I'll post up a next video here pretty soon. Thanks for watching. Oh, yeah, one more thing. Don't forget to save. Always save. Save if you think you haven't saved. Save if you think you did save. Always save. That's all. Thanks. See you another time.